What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a first impressions of a foundation, and it's not like I have the bottle, I just have a little Sephora sample, but this is the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation, or whatever the long name is called. But I've been wanting to try this for a hot second, and so I didn't want to spend all my money, you know, on a bottle that I'm not gonna like, so obviously I wanted to try it out before I bought it. So what better way? Let me go get my sponge clean and wet, and then I'm gonna prime, and then we'll start applying. Of course, we gotta put the hair back, you know, just like every other video. And obviously I'm going to use the Nivea's Post Shave Balm because that is my everyday primer, and I'm not going to switch it up just so we can figure out if the primer is not good and the foundation's good. It's just like, why would you do that? So I'm gonna prime really fast. 1 second. Let's put this on, and I'm just gonna try and like not spill this everywhere. Okay, there we go. She said, so the person at Sephora matched me with the shade 110, so I'm not the lightest in this one, but I am the lightest in another foundation that I want to do a review on, so I won't do a first impressions, but I'll do a review on it. And I'm just going to, oh, this is very liquidy, dot this. Wow, that is white. Let's start with that. Okay, sorry, I'm like really close. I've also heard that you have to kind of work fast with this foundation because it's matte and it'll leave like marks on your face, so that's why I wanted to like start with just that. And if you notice, I didn't put any concealer down first because I wanted to see how well this covered up breakouts. And obviously I have a couple right here. It seems to be applying pretty well. Obviously the color is not what the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte color is, and so, you know, not what I'm used to. I believe that this is the right shade based on, you know, how I look. I'm very, 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 very white. So let's move back down to the cheek. I'm just gonna do small areas at a time, and I'm just like applying it like I do with the Pro Matte foundation from L'Oreal, where I just dot it all over my face. Oh boy, that is so light, but it's like a pretty good match in real life. I think it's gonna look better once we have this side like fully covered and ready to go, because that side's just really red and like, you know, but it's doing like a really good job of covering up my redness for the most part. I look sick like death, but I'm going to see how well this layers on top of itself, just to see what kind of coverage we can get. I mean, it's pretty, I would say it's a medium coverage right now. This is so white, but I don't know if the next color up was like a good match for me. So we can bronze, we can make sure I'm not looking sickly by the end of this. Okay, honestly, it's looking really good. The shade is a little light, even though I'm like the whitest person on the planet, but I like the coverage, I like the finish. It's not too tacky. We might have to set it, which I usually don't with the L'Oreal Pro Matte, but you know, I'm okay with that because I have other foundations that I use sometimes that I do have to set, which, you know, is fine. But because this is so light, I don't have a concealer that like is light enough to go on top of this. And I'm going to set this with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the color Classic Ivory, which is just slightly darker than this foundation. I'm just going to set my face, and then I'll set my eyelids and stuff with my RCMA No Color Powder. Actually, I'm going to do the RCMA No Color Powder first, and then I will set the rest of my face with the L'Oreal after. So I'll be right back after I do that. Okay, so now that we have set it, I am not sure how I feel about it. Maybe I shouldn't have set it. I don't know. But I still want to see how it wears and like how it does on my T-zone. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I have the rest of my face on, wow, look at that poppin' highlight. Dang, girl, bang. Ooh. I will also list down below what is on my face and what I used and all that good stuff, but this foundation, I'm not quite sure how I feel. Just to be honest, like after I set it like with setting spray, it definitely helps with like the powderiness, and I always set my face, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how I feel around the end of the day, just to see if this is going to keep my oils at bay, if this is gonna make my highlight fade, because obviously it's like popping right now. So we'll see. Right now it's a meh, and I probably won't buy it like in a full bottle. So I don't know, and it didn't really do a great job covering my breakouts, so I would have to put a concealer down first anyways. So I don't know, not sure how I'm feeling, but it's about 10:30, 11, so I will do little check-ins throughout the day, and yeah, so I'll see you when I see you. Okay, so we are in the car on the way to the movies. We're going to see Tag. And I don't know, you know, natural lighting outside and like in the car kind of shows you a lot. Around my nose and like under my eyes and stuff don't look that great, to be honest, but I don't know. Trying to stay positive. I'm just like looking at that glow. Anyways, I'll update you after the movie. Okay, so we got out of Tag and we are now, we're now at my grandma's house, but this foundation is not my favorite. Let me tell you. I might have to try it in a different shade because like I just don't know. I just don't know about this. Like, let me get closer. I don't know if I can zoom, but like around my nose and stuff doesn't look good, and it's like already not covering my breakouts, and it's really unfortunate. I might go home and see how it does with, sorry, my mom's like watching me. I might go home and see how it does with like how I touch up and stuff. I just like, you know, put like colored powder all over my face in the places I need to, but it's like kind of tacky still. I don't know. It's just not my favorite, which is really unfortunate because I love Rihanna and I love that she came out with like these 40 shades or whatever right off the bat, but it's just not working for me, which sucks. But I guess I will see you when I try and touch up, maybe. Okay. All right, so I'm back home it's time to touch up. I know I wanted to give this a fair test, but obviously it's not really living up to my expectations, so I just wanted to see how well it held up to powder being put on it as a touch-up. So I'm gonna go back in with that True Match Super Blendable powder in Classic Ivory. This is how I normally touch up my foundation anyways, like when I'm using the Pro Matte from L'Oreal. So I'm just gonna take my sponge from earlier, and it's still pretty damp, but okay. Basically, I just take the powder on the sponge and then place it where I need to, and that's basically like my T-zone. The area around my nose, like the little nostril creases, I don't know what to call those, don't look good, to be honest. Like, I'm not digging that, like, at all. Okay, so it does look a lot better now that I have touched up and I'm not so oily, but the fact that it's only been on for about 3 hours and I had to touch up is not that great. And then I'm also kind of disappointed about the nose stuff, even though like my L'Oreal Pro Matte like does rub off at the end of the day, but like that's like 6 hours into wearing it. This is 3 hours into wearing it, and I haven't done anything except for go to a movie. So, you know, that's just my opinion, and I don't know. But we still have a full day ahead, so let's see how this wears some more. I'm actually gonna set my face again to make sure my face doesn't look super powdery, so I'm just gonna lightly squirt some all-nighter on my face, and I'll check back in at the very end of the day. Okay, so it is towards the end of the day. My light is running out. It is about 9:30, so I've had this on for about 10 hours. Now, here's my thing about this foundation, is after I touched it up, I liked it a lot better. And it is pretty much stayed how I did the touch-up, like how it looked after the touch-up. But am I going to buy the full-size foundation? No. I will stick with my $11 foundation over this higher end foundation. So, I mean, it was fun to try out and kind of, you know, test something different, but I'm not sure if I would spend the money on this. It kept my oils pretty well back, but as you can see, like, my acne is kind of peeking through, especially right here. But I mean, I don't know, maybe I just didn't give it a fair shot and I didn't set it all the way. I don't know, but the fact that it was so light, and then I don't have a concealer that is like so light like that, like white, like that was really pale of a foundation. I mean, she got it right to match my neck, but usually that's not the color of my face. So when I put on my L'Oreal foundation, you know. So I mean, it was fun to try, but I'm probably not going to buy this foundation, unfortunately. But in a few weeks, I will let you know about the other foundation I am going to review. So stay tuned for that. But if you guys enjoyed watching me do a wear test and a first impressions on a foundation, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to click the subscribe button, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys.